Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's so good to have everyone here today. Thanks so much for tuning in. I know have people that's going to be tuning in from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Thanks, Jacob, so much for joining me today. This is going to be a really good conversation. So today's topic, folks, we're going to be talking about social media content on autopilot. What I'm going to do for the next couple of minutes is give you tons of different information and strategies and, really good information that's going to help you with your business in terms of creating high quality content for social media. And then we're going to jump into showing you a demo on how to create social media content on autopilot. Sounds like a plan. And I'll give you. I know we'll have people that are going to be tuning in that might not know us, so I'll do a really quick introduction about me, and then I'll hand it over to Jacob to do a quick introduction as well. We're both co-founders of Marketing Mindset. It's a full-service real estate marketing agency for real estate professionals. I'll definitely after this presentation, I'll make sure to put it in the description below information to marketingmindset.biz, which is our website, which is going to give you all the information about the services that we do for our real estate agents. So make sure you check that out and have a look at our complete branding packages, website design. Our Jacob is our website guru, so I'll let him speak a little bit about that. But I definitely want you to check that out. I'm also a real estate agent, an investor, and a global team leader with eXp Realty, and I'm based in Toronto. And for those of you that don't know, Jacob is my business partner, and he's based out of Houston, Texas. And you know what, Jacob, I'll give it to you to kind of quickly introduce yourself, and then I'll share some information on content strategy.
Yeah, again, my name is Jacob Shireman. I'm here in Houston, Texas. I've been in the marketing industry for about 15 years now, and worked for myself with my own company for about 12 years. And now partnering with Armilla with our marketing mindset company that's geared towards the real estate industry. And that is my forte. And I'm also a real estate agent as well, which helps me be able to market even better in the real estate industry and understand what real estate agents and brokers need.
Absolutely. And one thing Jacob and I always talk about is a lot of the time people in our space, in the real estate space in particular, who are real estate professionals, but also our marketing, they have some background in marketing. They're usually real estate agents who, did really well with their work, and they became these marketing specialists, where in our case, Jacob and I worked over a decade in marketing. We were marketers that turned realtors. So this is why a lot of what we share is very strategy based. And throughout this presentation, if there's anything that is new to you, confusing, you want us to elaborate more, just drop it in the comment section, and I'm happy to cover it now. But we're going to be going live regularly, so I'm happy to really dive into some of the topic if you want to see them. So I make sure one thing I wanted to mention is that make sure you put this in your calendar, that we're going to do this regularly, because we're going to be sharing some really good topics in the future on Google My Business, online optimization, SEO, things that are really going to help you with your business that a lot of people don't share, that you're going to pay a lot of money for. So I really highly recommend that you put this in your calendar and tune in regularly and check out for some of the topics. So when you talk about, so today's topic is social media content on autopilot. And when we talk about content strategy for social media and creating like what to post, to put it in plain language, you have to really think about your brand and how it's going to live on your social media platform. And a lot of time people aren't really quite sure what personal brand means and personal branding. And personal branding is, remember, it's the action of of building your personal brand. And personal brand is really around positioning yourself in a marketplace in a way that you influence the public, and create this perception or impression of an individual, in this case you, let's say, as a realtor or as a mortgage agent, etc. And based on your experience or expertise, whether your achievements you want to highlight, whatever it is, you position yourself within a community or an industry, and in your marketplace, in our case in the real estate industry, to elevate your credibility through your content. And by doing this, it's going to help you differentiate yourself from other competitors. So that's really what personal branding is. And it's really important when you talk about content strategies, what is it that you're sharing? And in our case, we're trying to build our personal brand and get a market share within the real estate industry, so that we stand out above our competition and remain top of mind for our clients, right? So that's what I wanted to highlight in terms of personal branding. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about earlier in the process is identify what platform you want to create content for, right? One of the biggest pitfalls for a lot of real estate agents, a lot of entrepreneurs in general, is that everyone wants to be on all the platform. We want that omnipresence, but one of the things that people miss out on is that people don't post often. So what's the point of starting a channel and then you're not posting on them. So my biggest feedback or recommendation is for you is to understand your capacity, and do you have time allocated to post on social media? Roughly, some of our agents have told us it takes them 2 to 3 hours a day to post on social media, especially if you didn't come from the marketing world. This isn't easy for you. You're not always on social media platforms. My biggest recommendation is to put aside 2 to 3 hours to, figure out what to post, to plan out your weekly schedule, that kind of thing. But what Jacob and I are going to share with you today that's going to really change the way you do your business is we're going to give you back that 2 to 3 hours a day. And I'm going to have Jacob share that in a moment. But again, identify your platform. And one of the biggest suggestion here is identify a long form content and a short form content platform. So what that means is that you want a lot of your value that you provide, your value proposition, to sit in a long form content. It could be a YouTube video, it could be a blog post, it could be a podcast, and you want to take that and then you can now break it into small pieces and use that as a way to promote on your social media channel, which is going to drive traffic to your long form content, which is where all the value is. And why we love doing that, it saves you time and it saves you cost as well, in terms of in the long run, it's going to keep you stay efficient. So, and again, this is really important that you identify your platform in order to create the content. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, when you're thinking about creating and developing high quality content and this content strategy, it is about building a personal brand. So your brand personality needs to be seen through, and your voice tone, make sure you remain consistent with that. And every single time you're posting content, make sure that your unique value proposition, so what you stand for. I'll give you a great example. Josh and I, my husband and I, if you're following us on social media, you'll notice that we talk a lot about real estate investing because we're real estate investor focused realtors. So a lot of our content is around that. So that's our unique value proposition for our clients. So that's very similar to you. So make sure you focus on, what the value that you provide for them, because it's all about your clients and less about you, if that makes sense. And your key messages, gather key messages that are really going to pop up in a lot of your content regularly, so people again remain top of mind. They get that repetitiveness of your content allows people to get to know you. And I'm not sure if you want to write this down. These are the three kind of pillars of creating really compelling content. And I think this is going to really, every single time, keep this as a mental note. Anytime you're supposed to post any content, do this mental checklist. Is this content valuable for my audience? Is it relevant for my audience? And the other one is it, and make sure your content is staying consistent to your goals that you want to reach in terms of your audience. The other thing that I want to highlight are the 4 C's of content creating. And that's ensuring your content is clear, is to the point, concise, and make sure that it's compelling and it's engaging for people, right? You want to make sure that the content, it drives people to want to be on your channel and your platform and interact with you. And the other thing is credible. Make sure your content is accurate, and it really lives up to you as an expert and authority figure in your market. So ensure that your content is it's engaging, but it's giving enough information and value that people can want to work with you. And lastly, I'll leave you with this. Share your story, folks. Connect with people, be relatable, and show up often so that people think of you when they're about to move or thinking about buying properties. One thing I'll say is that, and Jacob can attest to this, him and I talk about this all the time. A lot of time real estate agents would post content of just sold, listed, and their feed looks like a real estate magazine, and it isn't made for people. We're in the people business. So make sure people are looking to, you're not just in the business of selling property. So you're in the business of selling a lifestyle. People are moving into a community for school, they're looking for restaurants, culture, community. And that's what you want to share with people. And make sure your content has purpose to it. Is it educational? Is it inspirational? Is it newsworthy? Is it interactive? And does it connect with your audience? And I think that's really what's important. And I want to drive that home. And like the great Brian Tracy would say, the author, everything counts, folks. Everything that you do for your business in terms of marketing counts. Everything that you do either creates and builds your brand, or it can destroy or weaken your brand. That means it can make it confusing for people. And I'll leave you with this example, is that people often, a lot of real estate agents in particular, and they're not in the business to build a team, or they're at a brokerage where they're not even attracting agents, but they'll post about, you know, um, day in a life of a realtor, 5 things you need to know to create content for as a realtor, or 5 things to do as a new realtor. But how does that relate to your buyer, seller, investor clients? So make sure you're creating content for your audience. So if you're looking to attract realtors like Jacob and I do, we work with realtors very closely. That's one aspect of our line of business. Then that makes sense. So if you are attracting investors, and create content for investors. If you're looking to attract buyers, sellers, then create content that's going to attract buyers, sellers. And I think this is a really good segue to me passing this off to Jacob. I think he's going to really show you and put it into perspective what social media on autopilot is. And it's really about, and I'll have Jacob really talk about this and add to this, is really about saving you time and making it really easier for you to create social media content on autopilot.
Okay. So basically what I want to show you guys today is our social media content platform. So this, in a nutshell, if you're planning or trying to come up with content, this is what it should look like. And we're going to look at our content planner. When you log into our platform, this is what you see. And it explains each section of what our website and what it does. So today we just want to focus on the content planner. And our content planner, you come in, you click in, and it comes to the current month of strategy. And that is something, the word I want you to keep in mind as we go through this. There's a strategy about this. A lot of people just post to post. A lot of people I hear just, oh, I know I need to post every day, and they don't think it matters what they post. It really does. They think they just got to post something real estate related and they're going to be great. Honestly, 60-70% of your content should have a personal aspect to it instead of just real estate. So we have taken that into consideration when we've created this content planner. And here you can see there's 30 days of strategy. So if you want to post 3 days a week, 5 days a week, or every day, you can do that. And you can see the great thing about this planner is if you start now, you can start on day one. You don't have to start on today's date. And all of our planner, we have customized into 2 type of post types. We have editable templates, and then we have what we call a DIY, where you provide your own media, whether it's a video or it's a photograph or anything that post requires. So one thing I love about this feed is that you can see kind of what your feed is going to look like. And that is a great visual aspect, because sometimes we don't think about the posts that we're posting next to each other. And then you kind of get a lot of the same type of post. So we put a lot of thought into how your feed is going to look. So let's take a look at some of these post types, because I want to show you the variety, that everything is not just 100% real estate related all the time. And so one of our first editable templates, when you come to an editable template page, it's going to show you. So today is day 7 strategy, and we're talking about the current market update in your city. So every month you should be making a market update, whether it is a visual post or a video. And we give you the editable templates right here. So we kind of give you the notes and instructions right here for the month. And then you get some designs to choose from. So we have a lot of different designs for your main graphic that you can choose and use the same one every month if you want. And we try to always give you a new variety, especially if you're still trying to build your brand. You don't know the look and feel you want to stick with. We're trying to give you a bunch of design variety. But here is where you'll put your actual statistics. And you can, there's a few different varieties of layouts that you can choose from. We tell you kind of, here's some recommended captions that you should write. And then if you're just totally don't know what to do, we have an example post. So you can click here and see kind of what we would write in an example post, okay? With the hashtags that we would use right in that market. Down here, we give you recommended hashtags that you should use. You just got to put your city name and customize them based on your area. And the coolest thing that we have is we made it super simple to edit. Everybody's using Canva today. If you're not, you should definitely use it. You just need a Canva free account. And it's going to load here in a second. Right here, it says that you can use this template. And when you click use this template, it's going to open up in Canva, save a version of our template for you. And then you could come in here and customize the template to match your branding. You can change the background image. You can change the fonts. You can choose which one that you want. And then you just download it and put it into your social media planner. All of these posts can be scheduled into any type of social media planner that you're using, whether you're using Hootsuite or Buffer. You can literally sit down, take the content for the week on a Sunday, and just literally schedule it for the week. And what we found out, even agents that we have on our team have come back and told us, hey, like Tharmila said, I was spending 2 to 3 hours a day, not even scheduling social media content. They were just surfing other realtors' pages, trying to figure out what the heck do I post? So now they can sit down, they can plan ahead. So if you've got to get your own pictures, for instance, on this day 8 strategy, if you have to get your own pictures or maybe do a video tour or tour a neighborhood, you know, and can put in your calendar, hey, while I'm out and about, now I can go do this. You don't even have to set aside the extra time to go get that because we've showed you in the calendar when you need to do that. And the great thing about it is maybe you can't get to this till next week. You can swap posts around and make it yours. So it's totally customizable. But we've laid it out to where you can schedule everything for the week coming up. So here's an example of one of our DIY posts. So right here, we're going to answer commonly asked questions about real estate agents. And one of the great things that you'll notice that we talk about is we tell you that you can either use this as a photo or record a short video explaining the question and answer. A lot of our posts can actually become a TikTok or Reel. So if you're looking to get in the TikTok or Reel side of short form content, maybe you're not great on YouTube doing long form content. My business partner, my husband, he doesn't like long form content. So he just takes this, packages it into TikToks because these are all questions and answers that you can do that people are asking. We give you a few questions to start off, or you provide your own. And if you're absolutely not sure what to do, again, you can click the view example post and we actually give you the actual content that you can use or using your video with the hashtags and everything. So everything's designed to literally save you time, especially if you're just new to social media, no matter where you're at in your real estate career. Maybe you're a seasoned professional or you're a new real estate agent and you don't have much experience. We're still trying to learn what it is to be an agent. And on top of that, you got to learn the marketing and educate people. Well, we've taken that and provided everybody on the same platform, the same level, no matter where you're at in your real estate career. You can take this and run with it. And here we have a this or that. So now you can find out what the topic is. We're talking about different type of couches. Are people more about comfy couches or about the style? And this is not just to convince people whether it's comfy or modern. It's to create interaction. And that's the strategy. You notice every day we'll say today's strategy is. And one thing that we've had people say, oh, I don't know, why do I need to promote local? Or why do I need to talk about a restaurant? The strategy is that when you're talking about the modern or comfy sofa, look for a local furniture store, not a Ashley's or a Rooms to Go, but look for a mom and pop furniture store that has a good little following. And now that you can tag them in your post or your story, and now you're in front of their audience, you're growing. And because of this strategy, a lot of our agents are seeing anywhere from 30 to 40 new followers a month. And one of the most successful accounts we have had 120 new followers in 1 month. And this, because you're utilizing other people's following, because the first thing you do, if you've ever reviewed a restaurant or posted a picture from a restaurant and you've tagged them, they instantly share it because it tells you, hey, so-and-so put this in your story, and they can quickly, easy share it in my story. And now you're in front of their audience, which on most restaurants could be anywhere from 1,000 to 6,000 or 10,000 people. And those are a group of people you would have never gotten in front of before that now are going to see your profile and see that you're a realtor if they want to see more of your stuff. So we'll just continue to go through a few more. Here we have real estate terminology and vocab, some more editable templates that you could do, and then even more of the education, which is another great TikTok video, 3 types of builders. So it's all about educating your audience, but on top of that, letting them in personally. We have posts in there that talk about something new you're doing. We have mindset posts. That way you can share your take on things and encourage your audience and to have everybody better their lives as well as what you're doing to better your lives and your career. And the great thing is it's all here. And then every month you get access to the following month's content. So around the 20th of each month, we release the following month's content. So that way, for those people that like to be ahead of the game, You can plan your content out for the month and see the strategy. And, you know, when you're inside of a day, you can always click and view the next day or jump to a specific day. So we're trying to really think about convenience in that. And for those that maybe want to post more than once a day, we also have a content depot, which has all kinds of categories. So if you look over here, we have, if you have a coming soon listing, or maybe you have a just listed or a sold or an open house, we have templates for all of those things, as well as national holidays. Even though National Cheese Day or National Bourbon Day might sound ridiculous, but there's local cheese shops, there's local distilleries, and it's a way to constantly be network with, you know, cancer organizations that are locally. It's all about becoming the local authority in your area, and for people to think that they want to go with you because you'll know where they want to be. When they tell you what they're looking for, you know the side of town they need to go on, because anybody can buy a house anywhere. You're not selling houses. There's houses everywhere. You're selling the lifestyle in the community that you're representing. So is there anything else you want me to add to this before I kind of cover kind of how they can sign up for this?
No, that's all. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you just go over to our website, you can do Karuvi.social is our website. This is our website. You can learn more about the product. It's all about putting your social media on autopilot, content that's done for you. Because honestly, one thing people don't talk about a lot is social media is a long-term game. People get into it and think it's a short-term game. They post for 2 or 3 weeks. You'll notice that you'll have all of those spam people comment right away because you used a certain hashtag, but then not a lot of real people are commenting right away. It takes a while for people to follow you, and you're not going to see return on your time and investment into social media probably for 5 or 6 months, just like any type of optimization. However, it can happen faster, but think of social media as a long-term strategy. And that's why we wanted this to be very quick and easy for you with great strategy that a normal marketing company would do. That way you can put time back into your business on those income producing activities, working with clients. You're not just glued to your social media every day. Because I'll give you a secret. What we're doing right here is what we do for a marketing company, and that we charge clients $1,500 a month for. And we're repurposing the same content. Every agency doesn't, unless you're paying them 10, 15 grand a month, like $1 million corporation. They're not coming up with 100% custom content for you. They have, depending on the industry, a set of templates, kind of a overall planner that they can kind of customize for you, but it's just repurposed content for everybody. And why pay them that much for it? We realize that we can help more people like this, especially real estate is expensive to get into. So you can be on a budget. For $49 a month, you can have access to this platform. So you would just come over here and go look at our pricing, click try for free, and sign up. You get a 7-day trial. So you get 7 days to figure out whether you like the platform or not. At least get 7 days worth of content. I guarantee you'll realize that you want to keep it. But if you don't like it, you just cancel before your 7 days are up, and no problem. We even have a free version that you can just test the water with as well, that just gives you access to a few templates in our content depot, just to kind of get used to how the pre-written content and the hashtags work, to see if you like it. And then you're able to see everything. You just can't access the actual posts themselves. So recommend that you at least put $49 a month into your business. It's about $1.63 a day. It's less than a cup of coffee. If you can't invest this much, then your business really can't go anywhere. I see teammates after teammates spend $400 or $500 a month for companies to post for them, and we find spelling mistakes in their stuff. Their heads are cut off. It's not even good quality content, and their page turns into a real estate magazine page, and it doesn't even look like their feed, and people are just going to skip over those posts. So this is a great platform that is built for every type of agent, that will allow you to really get a good hold of your social media, for it to look professional, keep consistent branding, and actually have content that's going to convert your following into leads.
Yeah, and what's so beautiful about this is it's very customizable for you. And the worst part is that I want to kind of build on what Jacob was saying. It's like showing up to a party and you're wearing the same dress as somebody else. That's happening with a lot of agents. I'm going through feed, and completely different agent. Someone in California and someone in Toronto has the same content because they just use the same company with the same templates as giving them, there's no customization. It's, folks, you remember, you're really you were building a relationship with your clients. You want to stand out. You want to differentiate yourself from your competition. So have a look at this. Really, it's really about you. And it's funny, Jacob and I are actually having a call with our agents tomorrow on systems and process, and this is what it's all about. Jacob and I come from a world of saving us less time so that we can do a lot of things. A lot of time people message us and be like, how do you do so many things with children and this and that? And it's because I built a system that gives me back a lot of my time. I don't spend time doing things that are going to hold me back, like figuring out, scrolling on Instagram, trying to figure out what to post and taking ideas from other people. So really focus on putting your time into income producing activity, building your brand for long-term growth, for sustainable growth, rather than for the temporary. And so thank you so much, Jacob, for giving us this really detailed demo of, social media content on Autopilot. I hope we were able to share with you some strategy as well. This is a recorded live, so you can always go back, rewind, kind of take in some of the things and, information and strategy that we were able to share with you. And one of the things that I want you to take away from this is that you'll start to see a theme of some of the things that Jacob and I do. It's very strategy based. They're not just templates that's going to fit one shoes that fits everybody. It's really about finding the right different shoe that fits you and your clients perfectly. So really go out and make yourself a unique brand that stands out for the long term. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Once again, my name is Tamila Rajasingham. This is Jacob Shireman. He's my business partner. We are the founders of Marketing and Mindset, which is a full service real estate marketing agency where we can help you with social media, website design, branding, name it. We're here for you. We also partner with the agents, real estate agents around the world to help grow and scale their business. So if you have any questions at all, you want to reach out to us, make sure you can find our contact information in the description below. Once again, thanks so much, Jacob, for joining me. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.